Yes, sir.
Okay. So based on all the previous sessions, let's imagine and consider you have completed your report and you got your first paper published either through preprint platforms or some journals or conferences. Now it's time to create our own research profile. So nowadays everyone have their own LinkedIn profiles, right? So LinkedIn is considered as a professional profile through which we can connect to a number of professionals. But nowadays, you guys can notice there's lots of noise in LinkedIn. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that won't help you to establish good network with your peers and experts and professionals. So considering everything in mind, like I would like to highlight few profile platforms where you can create your own research profile for free of cost. And so this profile you guys can create if and only if you have a certain number of publications, at least one publications. So first one is Google Scholar. So Google Scholar platform, usually we use it for searching or surfing papers. Apart from that, everyone can have their own profile, Google Scholar profile. So the profile looks very similar to this. So the benefit of having Google Scholar profile is it will help peers, reviewers and other hiring personals to review and understand your research background. Okay, so from this image you can see the name of the person or the scientist and the affiliated institution is given here, and the domain or expertised domain is given here, physics, and you can see the total number of papers published by that particular person and total number of citations received over years, the year of publication, along with a certain matrix given here, the citation, H index and I10 top 10 index. So I'll explain in brief. So if we take this particular matrix, you can see this one. Here we have H index and top 10 index, and some bar graphs is given here. If you click this view all option, you can see from when that particular person has started publishing. So I think it's from 1950. So overall, like over periods, over years, how far he has received citations. So, so what type of graph it is? So usually it's a bar graph, and if we plot some exponential graphs, so what type of graph it is? Whether it's exponential rise or exponential decay. Exponential growth or exponential decay. What type of graph if we plot the citation versus years? What happened if you import the data from here, like citation versus years, and if you plot exponential graph, so what type of graph you will get? Exponential growth or exponential decay? Just look at this one and tell me.
Sir, growth.
Growth, correct. So what you guys can understand from this graph? So this researchers research and publication has sufficient or good impact over years, right? So that's why the citation keeps on increasing every year. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is how peers review and understand your research background through profile. So that's why I recommend everyone to have Google Scholar profile after one publications. And now, so the last session I missed to present a ResearchGate platform. So like how we have preprint platform, so in the same way we have ResearchGate that we can use it for depositing our data sets, images, tables, preprints, as well as full papers like post prints, publications, everything. And ResearchGate is something like it's a researcher profile. Okay, you can see this profile here. So it's my profile, and you can see the total research interest score. So this score is calculated by the ResearchGate algorithm, but that formula I don't know. And you can see the total number of citations received over ResearchGate and the total number of h-index. And you can see there are few notification tabs given here. So here we have add new option. So if you click this one, then you can see what all type of academic sources we can add. So whether you have articles or entire book, or whether you have preprint conference paper, if you have any presentation slides that you can add, if you have any posters prepared for conference presentation or poster presentation, that you can add. You can add other data like table, images, sequence, any other thing. In addition, if you want, you can add your methods, research proposal, or the program codes. Any type of data you can add it through this platform. Okay, so I think if you have institutional email address right now with you, you can create your own profile. And yeah, of course, if you deposit your content, like it may be preprint or anything, so post publication you will get a page like this. Okay, so the statistics you can see here, the research interest score and total number of citations received, total number of reads. And so the objective behind showing this image is you will get DOI for each and every academic sources you deposit, similar to this. Okay, free DOI. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And one more benefit of having ResearchGate profile is if you follow selective researchers or selective professional, then whatever publication they do, you'll get notification. And sometimes you have direct access to the entire paper. If any researcher adds their published paper over ResearchGate, then you will have option like this to download. If you click this download, you will get the entire paper for free. So in this case, you don't have to go behind Sci-Hub, LibGen, and Paywall or any other platform. And the second benefit is if they don't have their full prints over this platform, then you can request. So request option is given here. So if you click this one, you can request any selective paper through this profile itself. Okay, so this will help you to build your networks. So if you keep on requesting papers to certain authors, and if you can message through this platform actually, and if you engage with them, then definitely you can expand your network worldwide. Okay, so this is one benefit of having ResearchGate profile. And now see, if you have your ResearchGate profile with you, then you can access maximum papers from journals, so which are all collaborated with the ResearchGate platform. You can see a sample journal is given here, IOP Publishing, Journal of Cosmology and Astroparticle Physics. So the journal has membership and subscription with this ResearchGate platform. Whatever paper they publish, even they may be new, you can access those papers for free. Like in short, you will get free access to all papers, especially from ResearchGate collaborated journals. Okay, and nowadays it's little difficult to create a profile here. Though it's free, you need to have at least one publication, because once you sign up for the ResearchGate platform, then they will ask you whether you have any history of publication. If yes, then they'll tell you to add that the full paper for verification purpose. Okay, so this is because like how Sci-Hub works. A decade ago, like researchers and other people used to create free profile here, and they used to deposit all the papers for free. So which led to financial losses, especially from publishers. So that's why nowadays the ResearchGate is verifying each and everyone's profile. So once you have verified profile, you can see a blue tick like this. Okay, so just try to create a platform like profile here. And next is Web of Science profile, like Clarivate profile. So this profile is free, you can add it on your own. Like once you create profile, you will get Web of Science researcher ID like this, and you can add manually whatever publication you do. It may be a preprint or dissertations or thesis or any other contents, you can add it manually. So compared to Google Scholar, Web of Science profile is preferred, like it's recommended, highly recommended one. So from my point, this is the best site to create your impactful research profile. And next comes is Scopus profile. Scopus profile we cannot sign up on our own. So if you do at least one or two Scopus publication, the profile will be created automatically. So post profile creation, you will be allocated with a Scopus profile ID, similar to this. You can see the ID here. Okay, and you can connect your ORCID ID to this profile later. And so through this profile, everyone can see the total number of Scopus publication you have done, what's the total number of documents, total number of citations, and the total number of H index. So here we have a number of options here: author metrics, cited by 124 documents, 6 preprints, 10 co-authors. So every information you can see through this profile. So this is recognized as a best researcher profile across the globe. So if you do Scopus publication, you can just note it down. So we use Scopus for to identify legit journals. In the same way, you can have your own Scopus profile if you do Scopus publication. And now I would like to explain more about citation metric analysis. Now let's say you have Google Scholar profile like this. Okay. Now you can see certain terms is given here, like certain metrics or certain parameters, the H index one and I10 index. Anybody knows what is H index or I10 index? If you know, you can comment.
Sir,
Yes.
like what I know, like I index is used to know the productivity, like how impactful your paper was.
Yeah, that's H index. What about I10 index?
I10 index.
Hmm.
So like I'm like not very clear. It's related to like a citation to get some amount of citation, or is I'm wrong? Like
That's all right. I'll explain you. No problem. What about others? Do you guys know like what is H index or I10 index?
No idea, sir.
Fine. So let me explain you. So I'll go for I10 index first. So I10 we can call in through, like we can mention it as a top 10 index, which means out of your overall publication, the number of publication which have successfully received at least 10 or greater than 10 citations. So that will give you I10 index. You got my point?
yes, sir.
Let's say you are publishing 20 papers. So out of 20, if 11 papers receives greater than or equal to 10 citations, then your I10 index will be what?
Sure. Then our I text index will be one.
How?
Like if number of paper like you have told, like suppose we got 10 more than 10 citation, then I guess we will start getting this index.
Okay, let me repeat my question once again. Let's say you are publishing 20 papers. Out of 20, 11 papers receives greater than or equal to 10 citations. So what will be your top 10 index? 11, correct. So this is how I10 index works. And now let's talk about H index.
Sir, can you repeat that question? Like I didn't get it.
So I asked, like, you are publishing 20 papers. Out of 20, 11 papers receive greater than or equal to 10 citations each.
Okay.
Now what's our I10 index?
Greater than 11?
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yeah, now talk about H index. So usually whenever you share your research profile to peers, or whether you are applying for research associate position, whether you are applying for journal editor, copy editor, or associate editor, or editor in chief, or any research based position, so people usually look for H index part. So they don't care about your top 10 index, because H index reflects the productivity in terms of publication as well as citation, like how often you are publishing your paper, how far your paper is cited across the globe. Okay, that is what we call as H index. Now let me tell you how to calculate. So I'd like to provide three examples here. So listen carefully. So case 1, first case is if you are publishing 5 papers. Okay. So out of 5 papers, 3 papers receives 2 citations each, like 2 citations each. Now your H index will be 2. So this is case 1. Okay, listen to case 2. Now let me give you case 2. So in the same case, like in the case B, you have same 5 publications. Out of 5 publication, 3 papers receives, first paper receives 3 citation, second paper receives 2 citation, and third paper receives 1 citation, 4 and 5th paper receives 0 citations. Now your H index will be 3. Okay, so this is case B. And let me give you one more example. Let's say you are publishing 10 papers. Please listen carefully. Let's say you are publishing 10 papers. Out of 10, any 7 paper, like let's say out of 10, some 7 papers receives equal number of citations. Let's say 8. From paper 1 to paper 7, 7 paper receives 8 citations each. Now your H index will be 8. Can you guys able to get my point? How I calculate?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So let me give you some real time example. So this is valid if you do publication and like if your publication and citation both happens in the same academic year, not in different academic year. So let me show you my profile itself. So during 2020, I did 1, 2, 3, 4 publications, right? I hope you guys can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So during 20, if you want, you can just note it down if you have any notebook or note with you. For the year 2020, I've done 4 publication. So all the 4 publication has achieved at least one or greater than one citations, right? So let's say for 2020 my H index is 4. Now for 2021 I did almost around 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So for 2021 I have published almost around 26 publications. So out of 26, um, one, two, three, four. So it's difficult to calculate from the profile itself because the number of citation received here may vary. Like, let me show you. If I click this one, so you can see here that overall citation which I have received is different for different years, right? So it's very difficult to calculate. Let's say for every academic year, if you do 3 publications, so out of 3 publication, if any 2 papers, or let's say if all the 3 paper receives 1 citations, then your H index is 3. So if out of 3, if 2 papers receives 2 citations each or 7 citations each, then your H index will be 2.